It's a Monday afternoon. I'm tired. Today's the first day I haven't coughed in weeks, but coughed my head off in weeks due to upper respiratory infection. And I got steamrolled at work because they refused to fire someone who's ineffective. Instead, they just give me their work. So hopefully I can get through this, and hopefully I will not go on too much of a cussing spree. Oh, by the way, and Facebook has been down all day. And guess who's been trolling them on Twitter, reminding them of this being karma for all the people they've banned and everything else? Me. It's been a while because I've been working 2 jobs and got sick in the process, but oh well. There's been a lot of, pardon the language, there may be a little adult language, but there's a good deal of fuckery that's gone down the past few weeks. I just haven't felt like fooling with it. Apparently there's this big, like, $3.5 trillion, no, let's back up. First off, apparently YouTube has decided they want to start banning channels who don't say what they want. Oops. I'm not going to say what you want. I may get an attorney and file a lawsuit. I don't care. Do your worst. Now that those unpleasantries are out of the way, I can talk today. I'm really just wanting to yell at this idiot in front of me going 5 miles under the speed limit. They've been talking about a $3.5 trillion bill, infrastructure bill, that numbnuts, Biden is just telling us that it ain't going to cost a single penny. It isn't going to add to the national debt. Unless they immediately decide to cut $3.5 trillion from the deficit, their deficit style spending, it's going to add up. And I know they want to do things like, and this bill allegedly track any transactions over $600 from the bank. Again, fuck the IRS. And what the hell? Fuck Biden too. They act like it's some of their business, and let me tell you something. The first time the IRS tracks a gun purchase of mine, I will be filing a lawsuit because, as far as I know, such things from the government, such as tracking gun purchases, are technically illegal. And I do foresee something like that occurring. Also, another thing they've allegedly been trying to cram in is, whilst claiming there will be no new taxes for anyone making less than $400,000 a year. Well, guess what? They're supposedly wanting to throw in a mileage tax. So that way when people like you and me who may have to drive into work, they will be taxed on that. Now, I've looked into that, and it's, based off of what they're saying, I could probably get another, like, up to $5,000 in taxes or something like that. I forget the exact number, but still, I need more taxes like I need another bill to pay. I need more taxes like, I don't know, another round with this crap floating around. Which, by the way, you notice that lovely little red spot under my eyes, nice and bright and red. That's why I'm wondering if I was misdiagnosed again and it is not an upper respiratory infection. Let's face it, this is where I get preachy on a little bit of finances and a whole lot of history. If you go back through the annals of history, at every great empire, how do they fall? They overextend what they're really able to support, and they begin to collapse upon themselves. Their infrastructure collapses. Look at what's been going on with the internet lately. On top of that, they can't pay their bills. They get in debt, so they start printing more and more and more money, so that we get into this vicious cycle of hyperinflation. By the way, last time I bought a hamburger, it was like 60 cents a pound cheaper. Just in case anyone's wondering, gas prices have shot up 20 cents a gallon in 2 weeks where I live. So yes, we are in the throes of hyperinflation. Well, I won't say it goes far as say hyperinflation, but we are in the throes of inflation. It has gone up a good deal since January. And neither side really seems like they are interested in doing jack diddly about it. So what this amounts to is that eventually they may actually try some half-baked moronic idea like a $1 trillion platinum coin, which they have been floating about. And if they do that, we go from game over to game over now. You can't just tax and spend. And you can't just print and spend. There has to be some resemblance of a fiscal responsibility to pay your bills, to pay your debts, to balance your budget. And neither side really has shown any signs of that in my lifetime. They've made token gestures, but token gestures mean nothing. At this rate, I could really see a full, both the United States and the EU going through an economic collapse, the likes of which hasn't been seen since the end of World War I, maybe. I can honestly see something like that occurring. And I'm not just saying that because I've been listening to Marin Altman in hopes of gleaning some crypto advice to launch me to make me a billionaire or some crap like that. I am, but that's what the big hope is. But that's not what I've been doing. It's been a more matter of, if you have, in regards to this at least, if you have any type of understanding of finances, it's pretty obvious what is going down. And the politicians in Washington and really around the world are either completely and totally oblivious, or if, for those of you who are familiar with Star Trek The Next Generation, think of the episode where Picard gets his flute. The leaders of the planet knew the planet was dying. They just continued to spread this false hope that we have a solution, we have a solution, we have a solution. All the while they were working on basically a probe that would carry their history and legacy in computer banks, and hopes that it would eventually be found and their legacy would live on. They provided this false sense of we have a solution, there is a hope, to stave off the panic that would come from people realizing the truth. So either our politicians are really that dumb, or they're really bad liars. Because right now, there's a growing amount of unrest that even I can pick up on. Folks, let's face it, at this point in time, all indications are the United States, possibly a whole lot more, is beyond the point of no return of a financial cataclysm. It's going to happen. And our politicians seem to be doing everything they can to speed it up. And whether it's something to do with New World Order or what have you, Illuminati or what have you, I don't know, I don't care. This is about the realest thing I can say to you on the matter. Shit's about to get real. And we're about to be confronted with realities that people used to point at me and call me a sociopath for pointing out and saying this is the truth, this is the way it's going to wind up being. We're about to find out just how right I am, unfortunately. I'll try and remember to throw a link or two down below. Let me know what you think. Am I overreacting? Is this actually kind of calm? I'm going to get off here and cough my head off because I've been able to hold it in for the past 11 and a half minutes. But it's about to go out the window. Later.